No, I'm talking about the server channels. I like it, much easier to find things overall. Okay. I'm not personally watching necessarily every stock that I alert, Brian, just for your own, what would I call that? Risk management purposes. Um, for example, I'm in OSTK, but I'm not in GLOP. I don't think. I have to double check. Maybe I bought that, but just in general, you can't rely on that I'm in everything I alert. And in fact, there are periods where I'm fully allocated in trades, and I'm able to alert you guys to stuff that you could potentially take opportunity in, and I'm not in it, and I can't get in it. Yeah, I know. I was watching that just now. IFRX, you guys. IFRX is happening. I don't know if it's going to turn into a momentum trade today, but it probably could. I feel like it's going to double. It's blue sky. But we're already located a little in it. And let me see. Yes, I do have glop. So keep me posted, fucking Brian, okay? Because it's in a different account, and I probably will stop thinking about it. Glop. And what was I gonna say? The other one, OSTK, I'm in. But I'm saying in general, don't rely on me to manage your trades. Okay. A good idea to take my market mastery classes and to figure out a bit more about how to manage your trades, and then make sure you're paper trading up until that point. I mean, an opportunity is an opportunity, and it has a propensity, and we have strategy sort of, or an idea of, you know, making money on it, how we're going to make money on it. Uh, but outside of that, there are general trading techniques you can use to know how to manage your risk. And I can't necessarily give you an answer when it's necessary for you to make a decision every time. Unless you ask, you can be like, fuck, Glop is dropping like a ton of bricks. Can you take a quick look at it? And then like 7 minutes later, I'll see your message and I'll get to it and say, yeah, you should have got the fuck out. So you see, it's definitely better to protect your money, to be in control of your trades yourself, not to have me be in control of your trades. All right. Yeah, IFRX, zoom in. I'm going to kind of leave it there and probably get some more on pullback, but that's a beautiful sign, I'd say. All right, I'm going to get the TikTok running. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm reaching the point where if I hear something or see some news or progress about AI on my TikTok, is where I get all my information, but it can be different for you. The news, social media, your friends, whatever, right? I feel like it's reached that point where it's like, yeah, I get it. I don't need to know about it every fucking day. And then it's going to get to the point where I feel like we're on the backside of the AI hype now, is what I'm saying. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm a little bit more advanced, ahead of the game or whatever. But I feel like the texture it's starting to get like annoying. It went from interesting, like holy shit, and then now everyone's saying everything they can about it, and Terminator's taking over the world, and we've covered everything, like we've bled it dry, and then now you're getting like, probably fucking Kellogg's cereal coming in, going like, you like Chat GPT? Well, get a free Chat GPT app when you buy Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. It's like it's fucking over. Like it's enough now. I feel like we've reached that peak of hype and there's no amount of rehype that won't make it just a boring topic that's been beaten to death at this point. Am I alone in that? Is anybody else feeling that yet? I think, yeah, but for whatever reason, pot stocks didn't have necessarily the undeniable growth. Pot stocks had deniable growth built into them. But AI has undeniable growth. It has this whole undeniable growth aspect to it. I feel aside from the undeniable growth that's just going to happen, people are just like, all right, I just don't give a shit anymore. Like, fine, just let me know when my AI car is ready. Let me know when I get my AI mail. Let me know when I have my AI chef. Just let me know when it's ready. It's like, it's enough of the daily bullshit about it. You know what I'm saying? It's reached that level of fever pitched beating a dead horse. I feel like, different than the pot stock thing. But yes, there's a point in which everything sort of fades. But pot stocks is a great example of something that would completely fade. But AI, it's never going to go away in value. It's going to continue to increase in value. I just feel like the public hype about it, it's reached its pinnacle. It's on the backside now. Oh, somebody's asking about Seco. Oh, God. All right, 1 second. I'll give you an answer because apparently you're stuck in it. Seco. Hard to say. If it's a high volume sell off, you should get out. I just I'm keeping it on watch. Put it over here on watch. All right, let's take a look at the market really quick because we need to, simply because of that. We are opening bearishly near the bottom and inside the bottom wick of yesterday. That usually signals continuation. Whichever, if we are opening in the wick of something, that can be a signal that things are going to continue in that direction. It doesn't mean it's going to happen right at the open. You got to use the 10 a.m. trading strategy to figure how you're going to attack it. But it looks like, we're on the bearish side of things, and I feel like this move for the last 2 or 3 weeks is really exhausted itself. But you probably could have said that over here, except to me that was more of a resistance level issue. Now I feel like, we've leaped out of resistance and we're getting exhausted. And, we could go higher, truth be told, before we hit like next level resistance. But we're not at resistance. The reason the market's like struggling here is not because we're at resistance. It's because buyers are exhausted. There's no more money left. The buying frenzy is over. So, it's going to turn into a take profit frenzy, I think. We'd be lucky if it chops from here and money keeps pouring into the market to support chop. But the way the market's looking right now, pre-market, it's not looking that great. Let's take a look at the daily chart. I mean, the intraday chart. See, it's making new lows and bleeding out. It's not the best outlook or feeling or sentiment going into the open. And we'll be opening in 4 minutes, by the way. So I'm slightly bearish / choppy outlook on the market today. From a liquidity perspective, we might get a little more information. Well, from a liquidity perspective, we could go down only to grab some liquidity underneath recent lows and then move up in doji. That could be what happens. Well, not even doji. We would put in a green candle and sort of get up to the middle of yesterday's candle. All right. So let's look at what we've got on the momentum trading front. We've got Buru, which just can't get over 642. I needed it to get over 642. It's made a new low. It's kind of fading. Ifrx, which we got in yesterday, turning out to be the hottest stock this morning, which is pretty awesome because we got in yesterday at 375. And so here we are today at 520. So what is that? 520 divided by 375. 39% gains, and we haven't even started taking profits yet. So that's a damn good trade alert from our trading group. Make sure you click the link in my bio or my profile or in the description in order to come over to our trading group and have access to those excellent alerts that we have throughout the day. So, but now it's a momentum trading stock this morning, Ifrx, and we have to approach it as such. So, at pullbacks, but every member is taking profits. We're in a position to be taking profits this morning. So good on you guys for taking that if you took that alert yesterday. I went in pretty big, so I'm looking pretty good. And then, so we were looking at Buru, Ifrx. Also, I was following Atnf. I tried to trade it, but it's just bearish. It's just a bearish trade. That's just the way things flow sometimes. The only thing you can do with Atnf is make money on going down. Even when it goes up, you can't make money because of the way pivot points work and the way things trade, and your buffer. Or the trading range of the zigzags, So there's nothing you can do about it. ATNF is it's on what we call the backside of the trade, and it's a short. Buru, I think it's acting like that as well. It's just a little bit stronger. Buru has some potential. I think we've got a minute and a half before the open of the market. You should watch Buru. If it does start to go green, you might be able to grab it for a 15-minute trade or a 30-minute trade, but it's going to top out. And if it doesn't, great. The great thing about being wrong when you're expecting something to not perform well is it performs really well. So I really don't care if I'm wrong, so that'd be fine with me. I got to sell a last little bit there of ATNF that I have. But that's fine. Okay, we got some pullback on IFRX. I'm going to add a little bit there. IFRX, we got some pullback to the 5s. And we're opening in 45 seconds. Bobby Blue Eyes says, do you think the banks will make earnings next week? Will miss earnings next week? That won't even be the fucking necessarily biggest issue, Bobby. It'll be the guidance that they give. And banks are going to have no problem with giving a 1 or 2 year negative outlook. They're like, please be careful, don't, because that's how they get the big money, by being extremely financially, what's the word? I don't know, forthright, as much as they can. I mean, they're still idiots, but, they attract the big money by being a little bit better about that than, say, a biotech company. All right, IFRX is now going green at the open, so I expect we're going to run potentially until the 30-minute high or even 50-minute high. I've got a theory I'm working on, and that is that the lower the float and the higher the volume, the sooner the peak. So, we typically peak out about 30 minutes after the open. I think, the lower the float, the more, and the higher the volume, the more you reach that point sooner. I still have to explore that, but I'm probably right about that. So IFRX has a 38 million float, and maybe that hasn't updated. It could be less today. And in pre-market, it's done 6 million in shares, so it's not turning the float so far. How many shares traded yesterday? Let me take a quick look at that IFRX. By the way, be watching Buru. Yesterday, it traded in volume $67 million. which is about 20 million shares. Today, it's already looking like it's already at half yesterday's volume. So that's a ton of volume. So you're looking at a lot of volume today. I think we just are halting on Ifrx. We're halting up. So that turned out to be super duper this morning. Now I got to go over and manage some of my other trades. Looks like OSTK did not want to follow through. Atnf is reclaiming, by the way. Atnf, so you may want to get out of that. I mean, Atnf, get in that. Okay, and now OSTK. How about GLOP? Whoever was asking. Square doing good. All right. OSTK with a little bounce, but not much. Okay, I'll take a little bit off there. And finally, GLOP. Let's take a look at GLOP. GLOP, what kind of name? Just get a general holding of GLOP, gelatinous general holding of GLOP. All right, GLOP also pulling back. All right, so I probably will cut that if it doesn't start rebounding immediately. We've got a couple minutes until IFRX resumes trading. You can preset some of your exits to take profits on that. Buru is looking okay. I'm going to go ahead and get some. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk about 60 cents per share. I'm in Buru. Buru, a little bit bearish, but kind of reclaiming off the open. Maybe we get a 15-minute or a 30-minute trade out of it. I did not get into hypercharge. I don't think it offered the trade. Let me see. I did not really offer a good trade. And in fact, it went up to $1.50 and then went all the way back to $1. Terrible. All right. Buru is happening, doing well. Moving to 650, probably a resistance level. That's the level we couldn't get over. Remember 642. I need to see Buru crack 642, frankly. And IFRX will be coming out of the halt at 36, 37 in 2 minutes. IFRX. Looking to see if OSTK is getting worse or better. It's holding that drop level. And what is the market doing? Let's take a look. Now the market's bleeding out. It's exhausted. Probably rotating into value. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can see value is doing a lot better. Consumer staples are up. So what's happening is, smart money is taking their money out of growth and the market, and that's where you're going to see, a decline. But what you don't know in secret is, they're rotating it into consumer staples and value stocks, because that's going to be relatively flat and unchanged during the pullback. So you just sort of, put it on the hot plate, it goes up, then you put it on this other plate in waiting. Wait for the market to pull back for a couple days or weeks. And then you put it back on the hot plate, it goes up, and then you put it back on the waiting plate. So, that's how it goes. You can either wait in cash, you can wait in gold, you can wait in value and consumer staples, or all of the above. All right, opening in 10 seconds on Ifrx. Well, okay, there it is. And it opened down and then up and then down and down. And we're pulling back. A lot of profit taking, and it's being bought up. I'll take a micro profit right there in case that's the last we ever see it up that high, which can happen. See? But I am not going to get too pushed off the trade yet. That $5 level seems to be holding. Once that doesn't hold, yeah. Okay, so the ATNF reclaim I was talking about is following through. ATNF. And then Buru is like, boo. Yes, sir. What about 10 a.m.? Yes, sir. Gold is up. Yeah, because that's store of value. It's a place to put money temporarily. And gold is actually in a breakout mode. But it's actually not up right now. IFRX made a new high, hit 5.88. Okay, so that's what we're thinking is going to happen. That's the kind of move that we're thinking is going to happen today. All right, I got to flatten Buru. Boo on Buru. But, that's all I was saying. It looked bearish all morning. And ATNF, though, did too. So, you never know which way these can go. ATNF reclaimed and is moving up. Buru tried, but failed. Market has found a little bottom right now. LMNI, somebody says. LMNI. LMNI. Yeah, that doesn't come up. Maybe I typed LMNL. Wow. Yeah, Liminal Biosciences is up as well, guys. Was at 350 and it went all the way up to 730. Why was that not on my list? See, this happens every time. Something doesn't make it on the list. That's why you need multiple scanners. There goes IFRX. Back to 580, 82, 582, 584, 586. Lots of movement on IFRX. I mean, you're essentially waiting for the 30-minute or the 15 or 30-minute mark here, or for signs of topping on this if you were holding it from yesterday. That's how you make the play. Well, now the market just really dragging down. Man, go check on GLOP. What about OSTK? Let's take a look at that again. These are our holdings from yesterday. OSTK, not looking good. Flattening. Going to go over to GLOP. So, value stocks are having a good day today. Consumer staples, Campbell's Soup. but all you can get out of the market on a day like this. Yeah, flattening out of glop. You could have done so much earlier. And should have. Yeah, good. So it's 9:42. We are 12 minutes off of the open. And should see a little more progress before topping out or bottoming out on the market and on stocks. And in fact, we could bleed out all day. Okay, we are coming off the bottom a little bit at 9:40. Hitting a 10-minute bottom. You got Buru? Well, how's it doing? No, I'm out of Buru. If you're in Buru and you're up, you probably want to take profits on that. If you're in Buru and you're down, it's time to get out. Once it broke down 5.5 level, it lost support. No support, no trade. I mean, once it loses support, the trade's over. And WTER, it says it's up. So LMNL was something that one of the TikTokers brought us. LMNL, and it seems to be happening. It just reclaimed VWAP, and you could get in for 80 cents of risk. Buru, Ifrx, Atnf with a pretty strong pullback just now, about as strong as it went up. It tells me that everybody that was getting in is now getting out. Everybody. It could even be one person. It could be, just one person manipulating the stock. And, all they need is a couple extra people to get on their back, and then they take all their money. So they go from $2.10 to $2.45 with the help of others, because it's going up because of them. And then they sell everything, and it will bring it back to basically where the difference between how much they put in and how much everybody else put in. So it's not like they get the top price. You buy across a smear, you sell across a smear. As long as you end at a higher price than you began, if you're big money and you're a market maker, that's how you can trade. And, you take everybody's money in between. So that could be happening on ATNF. So I'd be very leery on ATNF. To Primetime Trading Group. I miss you, Evan. What happened to Primetime Trading Group? Well, we just decided it'd be better to start my own group. That's pretty much it. In the long run, that's what it is. Yeah. Nick says, I'm going to join you. Well, right on. So, Nick, click the link in my bio. Come on in, and I'll help you get joined up. Randy says, good choice. Nick says, signing up today. I don't believe you. So, not to pull a hard sell, but we'll see. I tell you what, if you do, I'll be the first one to be happy to see you and say hello and welcome you in. Watch me. Okay, Nick. All right, now I believe you. I feel like I'm feeling your impetus. Don't let your dream trades be dreams. Yeah, that's great. Just do it. Make your dreams come true. I don't know that one. One of us. I don't know what you're saying on that one there, Andy. All right. We are consolidating in the mid fives, 550s, the upper 550s on Ifrx. It could be topping out, and we could fail out here at 540. And then it might take all day to re-break the high. But when it does, that's a trade. Trade on. Risk to the bottom of the dip between the 2 points. Yeah, the market is just failing out. And growth market going down, the Dow going up. I mean, that is 100% total rotation. I mean, it's pure and simple, nothing else going on. But buying safety and exiting growth.
Alert.
It's not a broad market sell-off. You know, you're seeing mixed results. Healthcare is up some of the most. Why is that? Why is healthcare up some of the most compared to everything else? Why would that be? I'm going to explain it, but let's see if anybody has the correct answer. We're all going to die from AI. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Buru, you need to get out of Buru. The reason why healthcare is up the most is because no matter how bad things get, people tend to still need healthcare. You see, so it's one of the more resilient sectors, and in fact, you could almost argue the worse things get, the more healthcare they need. So, you know, they might even forego Campbell's soup and toilet paper for healthcare. So, healthcare and utilities and consumer staples, the basics and value stocks are where, you know, and gold and cash are where you want to move your money, take it off of the hot plate if it's been on the hot plate for a couple days, appreciating. And that's what's going on in the market. I mean, you can just see it. It's transparent. It's, you know, I've been doing this for 25 years. Alcohol and tobacco and guns, yeah. Ammo, fireworks, knives. Yeah, Procter and Gamble, PG. Yeah, if you're trying to look for some ideas. Homeless, unemployment. Yeah, good girl, Anna. Get out of that Buru. Doesn't matter if it's at a loss. And it doesn't matter if it was going to blip up on you. It's the right decision in the long run. You do that 10 times. So the Dow is moving up. Staples are moving up. And growth stocks are moving down. Liminal Biosciences hit 7, it looks like. Let me see. 7 and then pulled back to 650. Ifrx still holding that 550 level. Atnf is continuing to bleed. Not a good sign there. There's a little blip on Buru, as a matter of fact. Now, if a high of day breaks on something, then you can risk it, but you have to risk it to the low of the day at that point, depending on the pattern, but typically some rare exception. You can't go wrong if you do that. I mean, of course, you can lose. It's just you can't go wrong calculating your risk. because you'll be in for less risk if you go wrong, which is better. And so, if there's a high of day break on any of these momentum stocks, that can be an entry with a risk size to the low of the day per share. Liminal, what are you going to do? Liminal kind of looks like Buru, similar issues. Buru reclaiming, but it's stair steps up, stair steps up, elevators down. Dangerous patterns. Nick says, is Atnf play dead or waiting for another retest? It's not dead, but it hasn't looked good since it peaked hours ago, like 4 hours ago. So it's been bearish ever since. So it's hard to say something definitively about it, but the outlook doesn't look great. But it's not dead yet. But it has been just all it's been doing is breaking lows, breaking support, breaking lows, breaking support. But at the open, of course, there was some excitement. Can it be done? Can it be overcome? I don't know. We'll see. If it does break the high of the day, which is like 250, that's why I'm saying is that then you could get in with risk to the low of the day or the lowest point between those 2 points.
Alert.
So 245 essentially is the high of the day. And the lowest point between those 2 points as of right now is like 215. So 30 cents of risk per share is expected loss. You can size with number of shares based on that, according to how much you're willing to lose. Sure as hell would want to make more than 30 cents in return. You're looking for 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So you want to make sure that the prospect is there as well. So you want to make sure 60 to 90 cents of gain is a possibility. So you'd be talking about, with 90 cents of gain, 3 to 1, it going from 245 to 335. So, you got to do your analysis on the charts, look at it and say to yourself, does that even seem feasible? If it doesn't, then it's not a good trade. You don't take it, even if it does go up a little bit. You're putting yourself in a negative risk reward scenario. That's not good. I wanted to take a look at water. WTER. Is that a split? Yeah. That's why it's coming up so big on my system. CLXT just popped up. What's going on there? Nothing. Okay. FAGI. FAGI. No. Volume on Oni. Yeah, there's volume on Moni. This must be the. You were lucky to catch a scalp. Okay, good. Mondo doing it. Moni, Moon Equity Holdings. Okay. Yeah, Moon Equity Holdings, kind of a rough, very few trades going on, rough movement, but it's moved from like 16 cents to 17 cents. Not enough really to write home about. The big one is Ifrx. We picked that yesterday. Well, Buru is reclaiming at the high of the day. So the Buru high of day breakout trade is on. That's just another trade. It's different. It's not the same as the previous trade. It's different level of risk. The whole thing. And it's pulling back at that high of day test. Yeah, and I did get out of OSTK earlier. You guys could have probably exited OSTK better than I did, because I was looking at all the other stocks, helping everybody. LSD, one of our holdings, with a very low volume consolidation day so far. If that doesn't really turn red, you can probably just keep it. But it probably will go red somewhere near mid day to end of day. There will be short-term traders looking to recapture their funds so they can put it in new prospects. That's what causes money to come out of some of these stocks at end of day, is new prospects. Value stocks are just flying. I'm flattening out of Ifrx on that breakdown there of 540. Oh, it looks like it was bought up really quickly. We're fighting this 550 level. But it was a failure retest neckline breakdown. However, it was reclaimed like just almost instantly. Hypercharge now up. Yeah. I don't really trust that fucking chart, man. That does not look very nice. Nice smooth moves up, and at some point that you will not know, fast moves down, all the way back down. Yeah. All right, yeah, Buru did make a new high of day break there, so that can be pretty good sign for Buru at this point. For smaller risk, now with a wider risk. If Buru does attempt to make a new, try to break out, it's going to have to surpass pre-market high, which is 840. Alert. But it may attempt to test that. And the first sort of roadblock area there level is 750. So around between 7 and 750, I'll probably be taking some of my profits in case that's it. Yeah, IFRX with a nice reclaim there. The trigger potentially too soon, but I'd really like to see it break 5 point, this sort of recent pivot 5.9 in order to regain faith. And even then, at that point, sort of a high of daybreak, and it becomes a new trade. Risk to 520. The breakout at basically, what is that, 585? Yeah. So 65 cents of risk if it's going to re-break. Yeah, there is a nice big push right when I turned my head. All right, well, my risk is on it. Okay, I'm perfectly sized, however it works out. Discipline, yes. No more trading, Daniel, unless you do, what I just said, much lower risk midday type trades. And then we'll have end of day entries towards the end of the day. I don't know what the fuck you do, after you made your morning money. But once you reach that point, you obviously are choosing some strategies that are not good. All right, we're at the top of the hour, so you can expect the market to have put in its lower high at this point. And then if it continues and re-breaks that 10 a.m.-ish lower high, that opening 30-minute lower high, you can expect it to continue in that direction of that break. Otherwise, we're in reversal mode now. We got to suss out this move and retrace it and see where we end up. These are probably the lows or the highs of the day right here, depending on what you're looking at. Ifrx, I believe, if I remember right, it's a blue sky. Yeah. Blue sky. As territory goes, maybe 642, 88. These are two levels it could get to. $642 and $688. That's on Zim. I think I looked at that yesterday and take a look again. At this point, it's a short. All right. Could be slow going from here. Everybody, let's move back into the group. And for a lot of these momentum trades, we'll just continue to talk about them in the momentum channel. For everybody else out there, if you'd like to come join my group, my trading group, then click the link in my bio or in my profile or in the description. It's also at e3tradinggroup.com. All right. Thanks for tuning in today. We do have a trading masterclass tomorrow night for members. So hopefully I'll see you guys in there and be there or square, we used to say. Okay, back into the momentum trading channel we go.